Tonight, a legal battle over the estate of former U.S. Senator Fred Thompson raises new questions about his last days. A lawsuit filed by Thompson's two adult sons questions changes made to the estate, changes they say he was no longer able to make for himself. News Channel 5's chief investigative reporter Phil Williams has exclusive details.
Fred Thompson lived a life in the spotlight.
He went down in a chopper accident in the Med.
In film and television, later using that folksy image,
politicians will say just about anything,
to launch a career in the U.S. Senate, eventually making an unsuccessful run for president. At the time, his net worth was estimated at up to $8 million.
Breaking news, Fred Thompson has died.
Neil Thompson's death last fall has put the handling of his estate in the spotlight. On one side, Jerry Thompson, the former senator's younger second wife and mother of their two children. On the other, two adult sons from Thompson's first marriage. Their lawsuit claims the widow and her lawyers have refused to explain a flurry of changes to Thompson's estate in the days leading up to his death.
Not having been involved, I don't know why they would have declined to furnish that information.
Veteran Nashville lawyer Gary Blackburn says Thompson's family may be like a lot of other families in such situations where personal animosity often gets in the way of good judgment.
If there is really nothing to be concerned about, then of course the question arises, why wouldn't you just explain it? This was their father. Why wouldn't you just explain it?
A lot of the suspicion appears to stem from this legal bill filed here in court, in which a prominent Nashville law firm racked up more than $40,000 in legal fees making changes to Thompson's estate, much of it while he lay on his deathbed. We asked Gary Blackburn to review that bill. It shows that the lawyers initially had some contact with Fred Thompson, but they quickly began dealing almost exclusively with his wife, Jerry Thompson.
Based upon these entries, she is the one with whom they are consulting. It appears that she is looked at as the client.
One critical entry shows the lawyers preparing a notice of incompetency and researching the use of power of attorney to create a trust and to change beneficiaries of policies.
There is this flurry of activity having to do with certifying his incompetence, having medical proof that at that point, in fact, he was unable to handle his own affairs.
Does that raise red flags?
Well, it raises red flags if you're the party who's lost money in the transactions that are being discussed.
Gary Blackburn says the critical question is, was Thompson,
Let me remind you of something else.
a man with a powerful presence in life, able to see his own wishes fulfilled in death? The lawsuit filed by Tony and Dan Thompson says their father was not competent to make any changes to his estate and that his widow did not have that right either. They're asking a judge to either remove her as executor of the estate or force her to show them what changes she made and why. Phil Williams, News Channel 5 investigates.
Someone has been stealing packages off of porches in Antioch, and now neighbors say they know who it is. Nick Barris shows us exclusive video of the nonchalant suspect and how this neighborhood plans to take him down.
We are talking about a prolific thief who likely has hit a number of homes in this neighborhood and has gotten away scot-free.
Picked up the packages, didn't know to have a camera, picked them up, turned, look, then he look at the camera and just grabbed them.
He's on the camera right there.
He's on the camera right there, correct.
This accused thief needs to smile. He's caught on video. It shows everything from beginning to end. The suspect initially cruises up and down Dover Glen Drive in Antioch.
Yeah, that's him. He's going by real slow, and it looks like he's casing, looking.
It's the first real look at an elusive fugitive, one who neighbors say has been stealing for weeks. His preferred target, delivered by mail.
It's just two packages right there, one big one and one small one.
Carlos Miller's home is outfitted with 10 security cameras. Electronics are his hobby, and it's paid off. After cruising the neighborhood looking for deliveries on doorsteps, the suspect stops, runs up to Miller's home, and makes off with both packages.
He walked off this time. He didn't run, he walked off with the packages. I guess he didn't want to draw too much attention by running off.
It looked like he belonged here.
Exactly.
The suspect got away, but the joke's on him, twice. First, he's caught on video.
I think he didn't know that we had cameras.
And second, he probably hoped he had made off with the delivery of expensive electronics. Instead, Miller's kids are out. Their school supplies.
I'm pretty sure he's bummed that he just got some school supplies.
Crime statistics tell us that it's not often the items stolen are recovered, but in this case, with the video evidence, the hope is the suspect will be caught. In Antioch, Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Neighbors say now that they know who's been taking the packages, they just want him caught. If you recognize the man, call Metro Police. It's been almost 3 weeks after Southwest Airlines' computer crash, and customers are still feeling the inconvenience. A customer missed her birthday trip to Las Vegas, but it's her lost bag with a family heirloom in it that she's begging for. Alexander Cohen has her story.
I've been cutting hair for 10 years now.
Erica Jackson supports her family by cutting hair in Nashville.
It's like sculpting. I love it.
On July 21st, she says it was time to take a break from the barbershop.
We were going to Las Vegas to celebrate our birthday. We got to the airport 2 hours early, did everything we were supposed to do, that we thought we were supposed to do, and we got bumped off our flight. 53 people got bumped off of our flight, just our flight.
When she was about to board, she says Southwest Airlines experienced a nationwide computer outage.
We tried to get on another flight. There was not another flight for them to put us on that night.
Jackson stuck, waiting for flights that kept falling through.
We tried to get on one for the next day. That flight was canceled. Then they said that they found another flight that was going to leave out on the 23rd, which was my birthday, that evening, but they weren't going to be able to bring me back.
Eventually, she had to leave the airport and go back to work. But now, after the fact, she can't stop thinking about one of her bags that never made it home.
There's also a ring in that bag that my father gave me that I would really, really, really like to have. And I only wear it on special occasions. It was my birthday. I was going to wear it. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to wear it again.
Jackson's heartbroken because her family heirloom, a ruby ring, was in her luggage along with a diamond tennis bracelet.
Because they told me they weren't going to look for my bags anymore and told me to stop calling their office because it wasn't going to do any good. I just want to have my stuff back. I'm sorry.
Southwest Airlines issued a statement to us. In part, it says she submitted a claim form on July 29th. The report listed the items as primarily being clothing, shoes, and 2 envelopes with cards. However, jewelry items were not listed. The search for the bags will continue, and she will be contacted within 30 days as we complete the process.
It took them 30 seconds to take the money out of my account. So they got my money and my bags. I have nothing.
Southwest Airlines tells us they also gave vouchers to Mrs. Jackson, and they are still looking for her lost bag. President Obama is up in arms with Donald Trump's actions, including recent comments against the family of a Muslim American soldier killed in combat.
I think the Republican nominee is unfit to serve as president. I said so last week, and he keeps on proving it.
The president says Republicans need to do more to control the actions of their nominee, and some already are. Republican Congressman Richard Hanna announced he will vote for Hillary Clinton. Congressman Jim Cooper spoke out today about how the current law that requires voters to have a valid government ID actually penalizes some residents. Judges in several states have blocked similar laws, saying they unfairly target minorities. Tennesseans just went to the polls on August 4th. A move to get Google Fiber rolling out faster across Nashville is in front of Metro lawmakers today for the first time. Google Fiber says it needs access to utility poles to install high-speed internet. The only problem, those poles are currently owned and operated by their competitors. AT&T and Comcast are accusing Google of trying to change the law now to benefit themselves. A major plot twist in the Courtney Cash murder case. In a hearing today, the judge ordered 2 assistant DAs to be removed from the case. The judge is calling both attorneys as witnesses to question the testimony of Austin Johnson, Cash's boyfriend, who was injured in the attack. Wayne Massarella is accused of killing Johnny Cash's great niece and stuffing the body inside a box. He's pleading not guilty to her murder. As Zika infections rise, health officials are urging the public to take precautions against mosquito bites. Insect repellents can help protect consumers, but not all products are up to the task. Kenneth Craig takes a look at which ingredients are most effective and which are a waste of time.
For this woman and her growing family, fear of the Zika virus has turned bug spray into a must. But not every repellent is equally effective against the mosquito that carries Zika. Consumer Reports recently put them to the test. They recommend products with one of 3 active ingredients: DEET at a concentration of 15 to 30%, picaridin at 20%, or oil of lemon eucalyptus at a concentration of 30%. And make sure to cover all bare skin.
So for example, if you're spraying your arm, you want to make sure you turn your arm and do the underside.
Experts say your best bet is to buy those repellents from a drugstore, but they say to stay away from products with natural plant oils that often claim to be family friendly.
Those would include citronella, cedar oil, and lemongrass.
They really didn't repel the kind of mosquito that carries the Zika virus very much at all.
Something else to look out for: New York's Attorney General says the Zika scare has created a breeding ground for scammers. He's going after companies selling bogus products like wristbands, patches, and even ultrasound devices.
Some of the marketing campaigns aimed at people's desire to protect their children are absolutely shameless.
Doctors say stick to government-approved repellents and use them frequently. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
Meanwhile, the CDC announced another $16 million to 40 states to help fight the Zika virus. Officials say that money is going to be coming from other public health resources until Congress approves more funds, which could run out by the end of the month. The CDC reports there have been 16 confirmed cases of Zika in Tennessee. But health officials in Florida are investigating Zika infections in the Miami area. The governor there announced a total of 15 people have contracted the virus in the state. And you can check out newschannel5.com for more information. A woman is thrown out of a store because of her religion. The whole thing was caught on camera. Now all the woman is asking for is an apology. And a scary scene in Austin, Texas over the weekend leads to a bizarre arrest today. And it all started when one man shot into a crowd hoping to hit his brother-in-law.